Dude, I can't even like do a review on it. Just like the movie of Hunger Games sucks so bad. There are like
I
parts in the
remember the
book
action
that
scenes were pretty okay.
yeah, the actor, it's good, it looks good, but it's just like the storyline's terrible because there were so
Oh.
many parts in the book that were like they wouldn't be hard to add into the movie, and it
Yeah.
explains so much in the book, and it makes you like characters more. And like in the book, you like Katniss because she like earns your like. You can see that she's like genuinely badass. Like she works so hard. Her thought process is always so calculated and she's so smart, and just like everything she does, she's alive for a reason basically in a book.
Mhm.
Like in the book, she's alive for a like cuz she fought for it. But in the movie, she's just alive. Like she's just there because it's like kind of like dumb luck. Like in the movie, they showed the dumb luck that they had when they killed the fox girl because she ate poisonous blueberries that they set out. Like that was like the only thing that they showed that she did, and that was the only like dumb luck thing she did. And in the movie, they made sure to show the to show the PETA romance, but they didn't make sure to show that it was fake. Because in the book, it's like, and I understand that books are like, movies are hard to make off of books because
Yeah.
books are omniscient, right? Like, well,
Mhm.
that one wasn't omniscient, but it I forget the word that it was for it to be like
First
omniscient, but for one
person.
person.
First person.
Yeah, it's like first person something, and
And you hear all their thoughts too, and that's
right,
actually really hard to do with dialogue and stuff in a movie.
right. But like in the movie, there's so many actions she did where you're like, holy shit, I wouldn't have thought of that. But that is so smart. That is so smart, and that's why she wins this. But in the movie, she doesn't. She just like doesn't do all these actions. Like it's so stupid. And in the book, there are a lot of like silent like plans that they do where it seems like it would have been really badass to see, but then they just don't put that in the movie, and it's stupid. And like there was one part where you're supposed to start liking Gale and you're supposed to feel empathy for him because she puts a bunch of sleeping medicine in his soup because he doesn't want her to go out alone to save him. But in the movie, she doesn't put a bunch of sleeping medicine in his soup. And then she goes and gets the thing, and she comes back, and he wakes up, and she's like, "Here, I got this for you." And then she fucking passes out, and it looks like she's bleeding out. And he like shits his pants because he thinks that she's dead. But they don't show that in the movie, and so you don't have that moment of empathy and seeing, and you don't
Yeah.
see the genuine like love that he feels for Katniss because they didn't add it in. So you don't see the romance from his point of view. You just see that there is a romance, and I think that is so stupid, and I hate that movie so much, and it was like the worst 2 hours of my life ever, and the book was so good, and I don't know how they absolutely butchered it.
I think also the fact that they just wanted to focus on the pedo romance, which
Yeah.
honestly made me cringe a little
So
bit because
stupid. Oh my god.
I was like, there's
So
more to
stupid.
this than just that. Can you like please do something cool?
So
That
I'm
movie
back
was
now.
2 hours
Welcome
long,
back.
and they spent 30 minutes of it showing action and backstory, and the other hour and a half were about Gale and PETA, and it's so stupid. Why was Gale even in that movie? He wasn't in the book! He shouldn't have been
Yeah,
there.
yeah, he
Dude,
was.
no, yeah, he was in the book. He was in the book because she talked to him. He was in the book in the beginning, and he was constantly on her mind. But in the movie, they showed him. Like, they showed him watching the games. And I'm like, you guys just wasted, like, a total of 5 minutes on this when you could have done, like, such cooler things. Like, that whole thing where she bleeds out with the medicine. Oh, my God. That would have been so cool. And, added to the story. But they just didn't. So stupid. Beat some ass. I would beat some ass. That movie sucked so bad. And
So I'm
also,
hearing you like the Hunger
that's
Games
not how.
movie.
No! That's not how Katniss is supposed to look, okay? She's supposed to have, like, olive skin. She was not supposed to be pretty. She was supposed to have, like, be, like, mainly muscle. She's supposed to have, like, a unibrow. And she didn't, like, clean herself, because she couldn't. She was poor. So why was she beautiful?
Because
Stupid.
money.
It's
Because
stupid,
money for
stupid,
movie.
stupid.
Yeah.
And her hair was supposed to be
Received
more
a
like...
message.
It's so stupid, dude.
Very
And
epic.
also, that is not how, like, Haymitch is supposed to look, okay? Haymitch is supposed to be like a 40-year-old man with brown hair and a brown beard, okay? It was perfect in my mind. This one's just kind of personal. It was perfect in my mind. That's how he looked. That is not how he's supposed to look in real life. Sucks. Boo. Boo.
Yeah, it's kind of dumb that they didn't do like what off the descriptions. They just wanted the romance. Just saying.
Yes, they focus so much on the romance. Like, I don't care. I don't care about their romance. I didn't even like PETA, okay? I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't even really like PETA. I like Gale so much more.
He's kind of trash.
He's, like, weak. like, oh my god. He just, like, couldn't do anything on his own. And, like, that was, like, the point of the movie. He couldn't do anything on his own. And then, he's stupid! I hate him. I hate his character, dude. He's like, the whole point of him being in that movie is like he's like weak. Like they just wrote him out as weak, and Katniss was like caring for him, and she got the viewer's support by acting like she was in love with him. And oh no, we're supposed to feel bad when he finds out that she's not actually in love with him. Of course she's not actually in love with you. She doesn't know you. Why would she be in love with you? Oh my god, and all of a sudden, just out of nowhere, you think she's gonna, like, reciprocate your feelings? No, you should have known that was a trap. So stupid.
How long has this been pent up? How long have you been waiting to, like...
No, I said it when I watched the movie. It's so stupid. I hate that movie. I hate it, okay? I hate it! And, like, oh my god. And, okay, Divergent, for example. I liked that book series. I liked it a lot. Like, so much. I binged that book series like I did with Hunger Games, okay? And Hunger Games and Divergent have, like, kind of, like, the same action main character feel, okay? And I feel like they did the Divergent movies, like, so well. They did parts that really mattered and, like, forming character. Okay, that's another complaint I have, okay? Forming character. And with Katniss, you see this character development where it's like, in the beginning, she has to care for her family. She feels so alone except for Gale, but she's kind of like badass. And then by the end of the movie, she's badass. But, okay, here's the major but. She has trauma. She feels bad for PETA. She's gotten closer to PETA. She's gotten closer to Haymitch. She's now able to form closer connections. She likes her stylists now. She no longer hates them and feels like they're all stuck up and stuff. She's grown as a person. But in the movie, we're just supposed to, like, believe that out of nowhere, she just, like, snapped, and she's, like, all badass, and she doesn't need any help. Oh, that's another complaint, okay? In the book, she does all these, like, little things.
Came back at a wrong time.
Yes, she does all these little things where she would, like, be like, oh, why am I not getting a gift from my sponsor right now to help me? I'm literally starving. And then she'll keep fighting, and then she'll get a small gift from her sponsor. But in the movie, they didn't show any of that. They didn't show her getting any gifts from her sponsors ever, even though that was a big thing in the book. Because a big thing in the book was she was fighting so hard, and she was getting these gifts from her sponsors because she was the only one that was supposed to win. She was the person that was going to win. PETA was going to die, and she was going to win. That's why they weren't helping PETA at all. And when PETA found that out, he was heartbroken. He was so angry at Haymitch, and he was kind of angry at Katniss. And that is what made Katniss feel bad for PETA, because she was like, he was supposed to die from the start. They didn't care. And that didn't happen at all in the movie. And you, as reading the book, were supposed to feel bad for PETA because you're like, this man has been set up to die. But in the movie, you're just like, die, loser. I like Gale more. And also, another thing, in the movie, they put in Gale just to pull at your heartstrings. But in the book, she's like literally like 24/7 thinking about Gale. Like, what would Gale do here? Gale is so much better than PETA. Gale would help me here. This is something I learned from Gale. I wonder if Gale's watching this. But in the movie, she doesn't talk about Gale at all. She doesn't mention him. They just show him watching her in the games like 2 times to pull at your heartstrings. But if you only watch Hunger Games and you've never read the book, you're not going to give a shit that he's watching the movie because you don't know who he is. You don't know why that would matter at all. You don't know their relationship. You just know that they know each other from hometown. Like, who cares? Who cares at all? It would have made me angry, but they might as well have just, like, not showed Gale at all. He might as well have just not been in that book. I mean, in the movie. Yeah, I'm glad he was in the book. Okay, I think I might be done.
Oh, and another thing.
I just hate that movie so much. It's like the worst movie ever.
What's your opinion on the Hunger Games sequel movie, Catching Fire?
I didn't watch it because I knew I was gonna be crushed.
I've seen all of them.
I knew I was gonna be crushed. And like the worst thing is, I like movies where it's like fighting the government essentially, because that's the whole reason the Hunger Games exist. And Divergent, I like books and movies where they're literally just like taking down the government, because that's cool to me, because it requires a lot of planning and like a bunch of like fuck yous to the government. But I hate it makes me so angry that I can't watch the Hunger Games movies because they suck so bad. Like Maze Runner, that is such a good movie.
No!
That is such a good movie. Oh my god.
After the Maze Runner, like the movie came out, I got it at Easter, and I was like, heck yeah, this is a good movie. And then the second one came out, I'm like, oh my god.
Dude, I didn't read.
And they're so accurate too. Like they basically cover pretty much everything in the books.
Yes.
Jesus.
And like in Maze Runner, you see these characters grow. You see them like develop connections to each other. You see them fight for each other, and you form an attachment to them because you watch them grow, and you form like dislikes for others because you watch them grow to suck. And oh my god, why don't they do that in Hunger Games? It's just so bad.
Just need to remake the Hunger Games. Completely redo it. Trash everything else.
So are we done now?
I
You
should be.
finished? Okay, very cool.
So fucking stupid.
You gotta take a breather there.
Can't believe I came back to this.
Like during and after, I was watching the movie with my mom, my sister, and like I was like this. Oh my god, it finished, and my mom was like, well, that was a nice movie night, wasn't it? That was a nice movie. And I was like, that movie sucked. And she was like, oh my god, that movie sucked so much. It sucked worse than Twilight. I'm gonna give it a 1 out of 10.
Jeez.
But it's just like, okay, I'm still going.
Oh my god.
With Maze Runner and Divergent, those movies, when the character is in danger, you're like on your seat like, oh, I know how this character thinks, so I've started to like them. I don't want them to die here. But then in Hunger Games, you're like, what's even happening? How does this correlate to the story? When did this happen? Who did this? That character doesn't look like the person in the movie at all, but that's unrelated. And it's just like, in Hunger Games, you're just kind of like watching. It's not like
you're
on
just like,
you're just watching it happen.
The visuals, okay, good. We'll watch this. That's basically all it's for.
Right.
It's kind of like how Disney was, where they were like just starting to do all their live action stuff because it looks good.
Dude, Mercenary, when you look back through your footage, even if you put that at like 3 times speed, that'll go for like a minute.
I don't know how to play this game.
Okay.
I was talking about before you even came back, my guy. Oh my god, it sucks so bad. And dude, oh my god. One of the things is some of her rivals are from like really rich towns, so they're like supposed to be like really beautiful, and they're supposed to have this like really basic, beautiful look. Like they're literally just supposed to be like basic.
She's just doing it again.
They didn't cast characters who looked at all like the description.